All right, everyone, welcome into another edition of Tiger Talk live here from Melvyn's Restaurant on Oliver Road in Monroe, Louisiana. I'm Stewart Shelby, your Neville play-by-play host as well, and as Coach Jeff Tannehill, coming off a Week 1 victory versus the Ruston Bearcats. And, Coach, congratulations on that victory. Well-deserved, but it's a great way to start off the season. Get everybody involved early. That's right. It was a heck of a show at Bill Ruppel Stadium Friday night. If you weren't there, hopefully you caught it on the Neville Network, but there weren't that many people that weren't there because it was a great packed house. I think people were really ready to get back out and watch some football. Oh, man. Two great teams. Coach Ball that we had with comes in with a great football team, and it showed early. Tiger defense kind of went bent a little bit on that first drive, but didn't break out a nice little stand after you kicked the ball off to Ruston. And okay.
They do a lot of things really well. Offensively, they got big running back, big fullback, big offensive line, so they're going to run it. I think they threw it maybe 5 times the other night. And, the one thing I'll say is that they're very well coached on the offensive line. We won't face one better than that this year, I don't think. And, hats off to them for controlling the ball as long as they did. Hats off to our defense for making a big stand there to limit them to a field goal. But, as far as the game goes, it's 4 full quarters of football. The first 8 minutes on their first drive, we took the ball on the kickoff, returned it for a touchdown. A.J. Allen went about 90 yards with it for a touchdown, and then they got the ball right back. Drove another 5 or 6 minutes, scored a touchdown, go up 10-3. Then we take the ball back, run 4 or 5 plays, and then our defense is right back on the field again. So our defense played a lot of minutes in the first half. They were really tired when we got to halftime, but the score was 17-7 at half, and that was exciting. We weren't down more than that. And then we start the third quarter. We come out, move the football a little bit. And then they moved right into running game again, control the whole third quarter. Limit our possessions. We struggled a little bit offensively, do a few things where, we could have done a lot better, and it would be better this week at that. And then the fourth quarter, we woke up and played some real football. We had some good stands by our defense. We only gave up 1 touchdown in that fourth quarter, and then, 2 big plays by A.J. Allen that we'll see here in just a few minutes. And, a 70-yard long touchdown run where he was pretty much untouched. Great job by O-line and our wide receivers blocking. And then we moved into, 4th and 15.
Yeah.
Jay Gibson makes a great catch, and we'll see that, I'm sure, here in a minute.
Yeah.
And then, obviously the last play, I'd like to save that one here in just a minute for a replay. But that's kind of the recap, of what happened Friday night. And, the one thing I'll say about our kids is they never quit. They were never down. They never poked their lip out or anything like that. They really and truly, got into the game. They played the entire 4 quarters and believed we could win the game all the way up to the end.
You definitely did. And as we kind of roll into a few highlights from the Week 1 win versus Ruston, let's start off here. I believe this is on the opening drive with Trajan Hannon with a nice defensive play right here.
Right, this is the opening drive. Great play right there. They strung it out wide. Griffin McGee cut him back, and then Trajan and Elam finished him off there for, I believe that was a 3rd and short or something, 4th and short. Held him right there.
Held him. It was. I think that one actually was 2nd and 5 that brought him out right there. And then here, still on the opening drive, this is at 3rd and 6, and to where they've gotten down a little bit. I think there was a penalty, but here's the 3rd and 6.
It's a great play right here. Again, January squeezed it down pretty good. He had the quarterback, took the quarterback there, didn't take the dive fake or anything like that, did what he was supposed to do, and we got a great play out of it.
Set up an opening field goal for the Bearcats. They take a 3-0 lead, but then we're going to talk to A.J. Allen here later on here in Tiger Talk, and well-deserved young man. And apologies to him. I've apologized all get out because I said this was Dubose on the Neville Tiger.
I didn't know that.
I did, but nonetheless, we figured out who it was, and AJ takes this ensuing kickoff back.
Wow,
97 yards.
This is a great return, but we had some great blocking here by Rudy Dozier, and I'm trying to think of who the other one was. We had a couple of really good blocks right there to give him a hole to run through, and he hit it just in time. And then got loose, and the kicker wasn't going to stop him.
And if he gets in the open field, there's not many guys
dangerous
around here that can hold him back. So here's the final drive of the night, or of the half rather, for Ruston. Ends off with a big interception there, I believe, from Straughter.
Well, I think he tipped it right here at the end, but he made a great play. Got his head turned around.
That's right.
I thought we had they tried a little go route, go route, and then he got his head turned around, knocked it down. Almost picked it off, and would have given us, if he'd have picked it, would probably have a little chance right there to make a little push to score one right there at the 50-yard line.
Yeah, and on the last play of the half, I believe this was Hinton with a nice tackle to keep the deficit at 17-7.
The big tackles and the tight ends did a really good job of scheming up. Hinton from getting to the football a lot, but thank goodness that our dogs and our ends played a really good game, especially in the second half, and made those adjustments. And they did a great job of squeezing it down and keeping it in the middle. And
we talked about that oversized line. I mean, from what I saw, it was almost like two defensive linemen they had at tight end.
It was.
They had eight guys on the line of scrimmage, an I-back, sometimes a fullback, and then either one or two out wide, depending on their formation. And it was just a turn around, hand it off. I mean, old school kind of
old school football, downhill.
And they did. Dawson Fields, to his credit, did a great job running the football for them, especially in the first half.
He's a perfect back for their offense. He's a big physical guy. He's not really fast, but he has good speed, and he's got good vision. And they create some big holes in there. And, the one thing that, he had 186 yards, but he only averaged about 4. He never got loose.
Exactly.
And so our secondary played really well when he did get loose and made some good tackles. And then, we held him for some losses on a few times.
You did. I mean, the first half, it was getting in the right, I guess, set, if you will, to kind of shut down that offense, which eventually you guys got to. I mean, that was just one of the deals, and we'll talk with the defensive coordinator, Mike Collins, here later on in Tiger Talk as well. But that first half was something you came out, you started off with a good stop defensively, and then the big kickoff return. And then, Ruston went to work for a couple of nice long drives. I mean, you had the ball, I think it was late in the first half. Robert Lane and I were discussing it. I think y'all were on maybe your third offensive possession.
Yeah.
And only was it only 3 in the first half?
I think it was 3.
I think all you had were 3 in the first half. So what you talked about was a Ruston team that really controlled the ball. They were long drives, 12, 13 play drives. They didn't break one, but they just kept getting 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards, and it kind of extending that drive and really keeping the ball out of your offense's hands.
Right. And offensively, we were trying to get some rhythm and just couldn't really get rhythm. It was hard for us to get rhythm with a few possessions in the first half. But the thing about it is we kept pounding it away. And finally, when our run game kind of started working for us a little bit, and then that opened up some throwing for us. When we in the first half, we had a lot of short passes that we missed.
Yeah,
that were open, but we missed. And then we had a little success running the ball, but never could get drives together to get our defense some rest. So thank goodness we got to halftime so we could get them some rest.
Yeah, you got them a little bit of rest at halftime, a couple of adjustments there. Your halftime score there at Bill Ruppel was Ruston 17, Neville 7. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have the second half highlights. Those are the ones that counted for the Tiger fans right there, and a little bit more right here, live from Melvin's Restaurant. You're watching Tiger Talk on the Neville Tiger Network.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
You told me one click.
You told me one call.
You told me you'll get it done.
I called.
But never got you.
Instead, I was handed off to someone else.
In fact, I never even met you.
Are you even for real?
Don't be misled. If you've been injured, you deserve to meet with the actual attorney you saw on TV.
At Parker Alexander, you'll meet with me.
Or me.
We'll fight to get the money you deserve.
Remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you. And that's for real.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
Come by Melvyn's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvyn's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvyn's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvyn's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Tiger Talk here. We're live at Melvin's Restaurant, as we are every Wednesday night from 6:30 to 7:30. Y'all to come back out and check it out. We got a nice crowd here this evening.
Always good after a win.
It is. It's amazing how that works. You know, you win a couple and then
winning solves a lot of problems.
Solves a lot of problems. And when we left off, we went to break. We were talking about the first half. Ruston led 17-7 after the first half. You come back out, you're going to get the opening kickoff, but really, still offensively, didn't get much going right there.
You know, it was, I guess, week one jitters.
Yeah.
You know, that's all I can really say. You know, we had we were still down an offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
Derek Harris moved over from defense and started this Friday night for us, and you know, he did a really good job most of the night, especially 3 days of practice.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was a few kinks in the armor there, and then we had some miscommunication 2 or 3 times, which, you know, it's fine and dandy when you're not playing teams like Ruston.
Yeah.
When you're playing teams like Ruston, those kind of stick out like a sore thumb. So, but, you know, we got it going, got a few drives together. You know, we were pretty good on 4th down the other night,
yes.
so I'm proud of that. It's not a really good stat you want to be good at, but we were pretty good on 4th down the other night.
2 for 2 touchdowns.
And, you know, and we ran the ball pretty well, I thought, all night.
I thought you did. I mean, once it finally started going, you're right about opening up a few lanes, but I think defensively the adjustments that y'all made at halftime really led to more opportunities offensively to get in sync. You know, it wasn't. There were a couple of 3-and-outs there for that Ruston team that if you watched the first half, you thought we might not ever get these guys off the field if they do that.
Crossed my mind.
Speaking of one of we talked about AJ with a nice gain to extend a drive there in the third quarter. Right here, I believe this was on a 3rd and 2 play. It's number 6 there, Will. Yeah, here it is. This extended that first drive that y'all had.
Good cut here, good vision. I'm pretty sure this is 3. Yep, 3. He pops it outside, runs right behind Will, and got a good block out of the receiver and just about broke it right there.
Yeah.
And that was a big play extended. We got to use a little more clock, keep the defense off the field. Just didn't have enough in a row, and that was the issue. You know, we finally, kind of in the fourth quarter, got a little better game plan as the night went on. And, of course, you know, we hit a few big plays here in a minute. But
you're talking about big plays that as you gave it back to Ruston, your defense gets you the football back, and you flip in to the fourth quarter, and now you talked about one of the fourth downs. Y'all were pretty good on fourth down last night. This is a 4th and 15, and Batterford finds Jaden Gibson. Makes a nice move at the end of this catch.
This is our base, one of our base plays. We put AJ up, brought in the tight end, ran out. We call it it's usually cross is what we call it, but we ran the cross with AJ. And then it's a post corner by the wide out there. And he ran it just like we do in practice. Brett throws it right on time. He catches it, get a block outside by one of our outside receivers, and next thing you know, it's a touchdown. So what I was really happy with, it was a base play. Pretty good at base plays because we run it again here in a little while for the game winner. But, you know, they also got them in an empty set where they had to make a check, and they went straight man on us there too, so which that helped some too. But, I think he pops another one here for a long run here in just a minute. And it was our base play. Just regular inside zone play. Yeah. And we made a good block, ran our base offense, and popped it pretty good.
That Gibson right there, 29-yard catch for a touchdown to make it 17-14, Ruston. And then you need to call on your defense to get you the football back.
Get the ball back.
And here, I think on the next drive, it was 3rd and 2, and Griffin McGee, I believe, sliced in there to make a nice play.
Yeah, Griffin had a pretty good night. He gets a little overzealous every now and then, but he took a really good angle that time. They got him a few possessions before that on a bootleg, and he took a little too much of an angle and didn't get high enough. So I think he learned his lesson early, and then we made a couple good plays after that.
And then they punt back to you, and then A.J. Allen.
I tell you, Brady Manzina caught the football the other night.
He
on
did.
The punts. Did a really good job. You know, we've been looking for that for years and years. Just catch the punt. Don't let it roll.
Yeah.
And he did a good job of
cutting
catching
off
the
some
punt.
yards that you have there. And and after Manzina caught one of those punts, your first play from scrimmage, and A.J. takes it 70 yards to the house here.
Well, what we'd really seen is number 6 right there running after him. He hadn't really been squeezing real hard on Brett's reads, and so we ran 2 away from him. You know, instead of kicking him, we just we read him and handed it off to AJ. Well, he didn't squeeze real hard, and AJ got loose. You know, so that's just, that just took a little while to figure out. You know, we had been reading him all night, trying to make him pick one or the other. That time, just basically handed him the ball off. He didn't squeeze it, and then.
He does the rest.
Yeah.
I mean, he did.
You don't have to block air once he gets out there.
no, you don't. And, one of the Origin Bank players of the game that we selected was Inichi Sledge, and here's a few kind of highlights. We'll have a few of him back-to-back. He had a lot. And
well, one of our adjustments Friday night was to put Inichi on the nose, put him over the center, get him out of that 3-tech. We moved D'Angelo Woods down at 45 right there, moved him down in the 3-tech, and let Inichi play.
Yeah.
And basically got him on the center alone. A lot of times he went unblocked in the second half. So that's a great adjustment. Coach Wallace swapped them about midway through the third quarter, and Anichi made some good plays.
He definitely did. You saw it. He got free, and when he gets in the backfield, he can disrupt some things back there.
Yeah, he's a pretty big rascal.
Yeah, he can move it around. You know, one of the D1 commits that you have on that defensive side of the ball, and you get through there. Let's see, AJ, you kind of dodge a bullet, but Ruston comes back, and AJ's deal made it 20-17. Then Ruston comes back, puts together one of those drives that we talked about, and then goes back up 24 to 20.
Well, we had a penalty there. We were 2nd and 1, or we were 3rd and 1, and have a penalty, jump off sides, and so we had to back up when we had to punt it to them. Then they drove it down and scored a touchdown. So
and they drive it down, score that touchdown, and then you're faced. I mean, you get the ball back, I believe it was a minute 52 we were talking about.
It wasn't a lot of time.
And you get down. And on 4th and 19, with I think it was about 50 seconds left in the football game, you come up with this play, and it was
same exact play we scored the last touchdown on. Fourth down, we knew that they were going to be in pretty much man-to-man coverage on AJ. Really and truly, we hadn't run it out of that set very often. AJ and Brett were the two main guys that knew what to do, and luckily they connected on that.
It did, and you talked about blow the lid off of Bill Ruppel Stadium. The Neville fans went wild, as well they should be, but there's still some time left. I mean, about 45 seconds left.
We were celebrating a little bit over on the sideline. Some of our guys, I said, hey, not till that last horn blow.
Go put y'all up 27-24 on the next kickoff. Dozier almost ends it with a forced fumble.
Yeah, Rudy had a good night on special teams tonight. He threw a good block there for AJ on the kickoff return, and then makes a good hit here, and then strips the ball out, and Zay just about recovered it. Well, that would have been huge if we'd have done that.
He just couldn't quite get it. Yeah.
Right there, put his helmet right on the ball, and there goes Zay. Just about got it.
Yep, just couldn't quite get it there. 1st and 10. Here's Hinton. This is the second to last play of the game. Hinton, Roberts almost ended it with a almost pick.
If you ever notice about Hinton, he kind of sniffs out what's trying to go on here, and he leans on this guy coming across the middle here. Mm-hmm. Checked the tailback, got him. And just about picked it. We had two chances to end it right there.
Right there.
And we didn't do it, so, my heart still.
Clock stopped. There's just about 5 seconds left on the clock, and here's the final play. They tried to do a little hook and lateral.
Well, they knew we had the Hail Mary covered.
But, it was just a pitch play down there.
And we got a little loose there, and then here comes the cavalry right here out of the goal line. So
forced him out of bounds.
Ball game.
Tigers win 27-24. It was an instant classic there on Bill Ruppel at Bill Ruppel Stadium on Forsyth Avenue, and fitting in to the first game of the deal. It doesn't matter how
50th win. What a way to go out.
Yes, that's right.
50th win against Ruston.
Yeah, so there you go. It kind of keeps it. I think we're on top by like 1 or 2.
It's close.
It's not many.
Yeah, it's not many.
As many times as we've been playing, it's not many. But either way, a good Ruston team going to expect some good things out of Coach Ball and his crew
They're gonna have
over there
year.
this year. So we're going to get to our players of the game here.
Before we start that, there's something we started doing this year, and I wanted to explain that. I hadn't even told you about this yet, but we had Coach Herndon did it was a great idea. I think I was the only one that got it. Mm-hmm. He gave away a Bills. It's got Neville. It's the Buffalo Bills shirt. I should have brought it up here, but and it's Bill Ruppel. And so, Coach Ruppel, we give our scout offensive guys for the week a Bills T-shirt. It's just like Bills. It just says Neville.
Yeah.
And then it has Bills on the bottom of it. But it's in honor of Coach Bill Ruppel. And this week's Bill of the week is John Michael Sampanera. He's our practice player of the week on offense. And so when he did that, it hit me. I said, well, we need to give a Browns. So we're going to give a Charlie Brown each week. And it's a Browns jersey. You know what? I've got that picture right here. I was supposed to give Will. I'll get it to him in a minute. Maybe we can show it.
Yeah.
They had their shirts on today. I forgot, man. I'm coaching football.
We'll get those graphics up. We'll definitely get it up on our Facebook page and Twitter pages of those guys with the
proud of those
Bills
guys.
and the Browns. And as well you should be. I mean, they put a lot of effort into practice and take a lot of beatings.
Well, Coach Brown, he stressed the level of, the scout guys giving us a good look, And so that was something that I thought was a great idea, and Coach Herndon always has good ideas like that. But getting to our offensive player of the week, obviously, is A.J. Allen. Yeah. Had a great night. 3 touchdowns and 2 big plays, the long run.
And the kickoff return.
Kickoff and the reception at the end of the game. So, and then defensively was D'Angelo Woods. He had a great night. He's just a junior. But he's gotten a lot bigger this summer and over the last year, and he's really explosive on the defensive line. Comes off the football, and he had part of the reason that Nietzsche had such a good night is he moved to the 3 tech and Nietzsche allowed him to take on. And so I thought that was a great move by our defensive staff, and Coach Wallace and Coach Collins did a lot to get us in a spot to where we win the football game. But
Well, and they definitely did. You did take that opening week victory, 27-24 over Ruston. And that's going to bring us up on our second break of the night. But when we come back, we're going to be talking to one of the stars from Friday night, number 3, A.J. Allen. You mentioned it, had a big night. So we're going to see
big night.
How he felt about his deal versus Ruston, as well as the opponent. We got Ouachita coming up this Friday night. We're going to get to that and a whole lot more right here, live from Melvin's. This is Tiger Talk on the Neville Tiger Network.
Do you suffer from frequent back or neck pain? Were you in an accident and can't get rid of those constant aches? Maybe you're someone who deals with chronic migraines and tension headaches. It might be time to see how Martinez Chiropractic can help you. The goal of Martinez Chiropractic is to reduce or eliminate pain in just a few sessions using the latest in chiropractic technology. Don't suffer in pain another day. Call Martinez Chiropractic today at 318-654-4310 or see them in person, 1828 Tower Drive in Monroe.
Mama DeLuca's pizzas are custom made, fresh to order right in front of you. We offer 3 different sizes of pizzas, 9, 12, or 14 inch. Mama DeLuca's pizza is prepared to your order. The pizza cooks in less than 3 minutes. We have 16 different toppings to choose from, 8 unique sauces to complete your pizza. In addition to pizzas, we offer to our customers boneless wings with your choice of a dipping sauce. Mama DeLuca's Pizza offers delicious garlic Parmesan breadstick, freshly made to order pasta noodles. We're Mama DeLuca's Pizza in the subway on Lammy Lane, and we hope to see you soon.
I'm Matt Dickerson, and I'm a satisfied 3B equipment rental customer. So I called Matt because we were trying to get our plots together for dove season. He brought this equipment out to us, dropped it off, unloaded it for us, and really made the whole process very easy. I know Matt does real well in the service department, and through some other rental experiences we've had with him, the tractor that he dropped off for us was in brand new condition. Everything was in good shape. It's good to know that you can count on equipment when he drops it off. I'd highly recommend Matt Bridges and 3B Outdoors for all your equipment rental needs.
Let Tenori's on Louisville help you with your special gift needs, offering a wide variety of products to make any Tiger happy. Go visit Tenori's, located at 801 Louisville Avenue, or give them a call at 318-325-4100. That's Tenori's on Louisville. Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, Tiger fans, welcome back into Tiger Talk. Stewart Shelby here live at Melvin's Restaurant. You see, we've changed guests. To my right is number 3, Anthony A.J. Allen. And, hey, man, welcome to Tiger Talk. Yeah, look, just glad that you got to come talk with us here today. And man, what a night you had Friday night.
Yes, sir.
You had, after the last couple of years, had a lot of talent in the Neville backfield, but here in 2021, you're the feature back, man. How's that feel at Neville High School?
I mean, I got to do what's best for the team. You know, it's hard, but, you know, I got to get the job done.
Yeah, and you definitely got the job done last Friday night. I saw you got a couple of accolades. We gave you one of our players of the week from Origin Bank earlier on, and we're going to get that to you. But then the K104 scoreboard deal, you had that picture I saw on Twitter, and you had your offensive line with you.
Yes, sir.
A big part of what you do comes on the backs of their hard work, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
And you definitely did I thought was a cool deal of including them in that picture.
Yes, sir.
Talk about, obviously Will Campbell, but some of the other guys that you've been running by. Lance Hurd is a new face on that deal, and in the interior of that line, like Coach Tannehill talked about, was maybe a little banged up, but he said, Harris coming over from the defense to kind of punch in. That seems like a kind of a Neville thing to do, is like just do anything we can to help the team, right?
Yes, sir.
I've always wanted to know this, because obviously a lot of people don't know this. Well, actually, a lot of people know this, is that I've never been as fast as you, or at least as I. I know it's hard to believe, right? It's hard to believe, but On that 97-yard kickoff, I mean, you go back, and I've already apologized to you on Twitter and everything else for saying this was Dubose, who's a talented player in himself. But, I mean, when you get one on the 3, what'd you see? What was the first thing you saw? I think I think Dozier might have made a block right there, and then you just see a little bit of daylight. Let's see if we can't, let's watch. We got that kickoff. Here it is. So look at it from here. All right, there you go. What are you seeing right there?
I mean, I saw the cutback. I saw one man I had to beat, and I could just run past the kicker. I just did what I do.
And you didn't. Nobody will let you live it down if the kicker would have got you right there, would they?
No, sir.
No, they wouldn't. But I mean, something like that. That's a big feeling, down 3-0, you go back up, and then, in the first half, really, you didn't get many chances. The offense was only out there, only had 3 offensive possessions in the first half.
Yes, sir. We came out throwing the ball. Coach was trying to get the eyes off me early. So they came off me, and then we just started running it.
Well, you go back. It seems that Neville always goes back to running the football at some point, and with a guy like you back there, it's easy to do. We want to see a couple of multiple deals. Here's we got the 70-yarder pulled up, Will, the 70-yard deal. This is one of my favorite ones. You go off the right side and then make one cut, and you hit the sideline. And people had angles, man. Nobody got you. I mean, were you paying these guys off a little bit? Do you talk to them earlier? It's like, look, if I get wide, y'all hook me up? I don't think so. I'm messing with you. But that's I think we saw that last year on a lot of times. I mean, when you get in the backfield, you get 1 or 2 guys to beat, you're going to beat them 9 times out of 10.
Yes, sir.
That is a tremendous deal. And let's go to the game winner here. What ended up being the game winner, this reception. They get you were in the slot, right?
Yes, sir.
And then, now I saw on Aaron Dietrich that you said you might have ran the wrong route.
Yeah, Coach Tannehill set it up for a crossing route. I was like the linebacker playing on me, man. They had no safety, so I just beat them off the line. Me and Brett looked at each other. He threw it. We connected.
He knew you had pretty much man coverage on you right there, and you knew. I guess you give him. Is there like a little look you can give him, like, "Hey, I can beat this dude"?
I mean, before the ball even snapped, we looked at each other. And we could just connect it in.
And then he knows that you're doing it. Kind of surprised me. I don't know if it surprised you that they were playing man that close to in that situation. Hey, it's good. More power to us.
Yeah.
But
I thought they wouldn't prevent us some, but
they didn't.
Yeah.
And they paid the price.
Sure did.
Paid the price right there. So you ended up, oh man, what was it? 300-something all-purpose yards.
It was around that.
Yeah, right at 296, 303, something like that. You had a 97-yard touchdown kickoff return. You had a 70-yard rushing touchdown, I believe, and then a 62-yard receiving touchdown. So you got almost, if you'd have had a pick 6, going to get Coach Collins. We'll talk to him in a little while. Put you on defense to go. That would be like hitting for the cycle in baseball if you got a pick 6 or running touchdown.
Yeah, I was hoping they would throw it at the end.
Yeah, because you put back there on the prevent side. I saw that. But y'all did a good job of sealing that victory for Neville. So looking forward to Ouachita, man. I mean, anything that you've seen that you think?
I mean, I haven't watched film yet, but
more of the same. Yeah.
They changed. I know they changed the offense or whatever, but
yeah, new coach, new coaching staff. Some familiar faces over there for some of you guys here at Neville. But I mean, trying to get things back going over there at Ouachita, and definitely, I think that you probably don't want them to continue that trend against Neville.
I mean, they got to do what they got to do to win, but at the end of the day, it's still a ball game.
It is a ball game. Well, look, I, for one, enjoy watching you play. I've enjoyed watching you play last couple of years. Enjoyed watching you play last Friday night, and looking forward to seeing what else you can do to help out your teammates throughout this 2021 season. And I really appreciate you stopping by and hanging out with us for a little bit here at Melvin's.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, congratulations on a great night. Looking forward to more highlights from number 3 as we move forward in the season. And we're also moving forward here on Tiger Talk. We're going to talk with Neville defensive coordinator Mike Collins. When we return, we're going to take a quick break. But as always on Wednesdays, we're live from Melvin's right here on the Neville Tiger Network. We'll be right back.
Baton Rouge, Shreveport, New Orleans.
Attorneys from all over our state are flocking to our area to handle your injury case. I'm Chad Carter.
And I'm Kevin Alexander. We didn't come in from out of town to take your case.
If you've been injured, come see us at Parker Alexander. We live and work right here in Northeast Louisiana.
Remember, we don't get paid unless you get paid. So we're here to handle your case personally.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
Come by Melvin's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvin's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvin's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvin's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, Tigers, welcome back into Tiger Talk here. Live from Melvin's, and we give AJ a break, and we bring in the old football coach right here with Coach Mike Collins. And you know, Coach, number one, welcome to Tiger Talk. There's been a lot of firsts for you.
Yeah, it's been a bunch of them. It is.
At Neville.
It is.
The Tigers' new defensive coordinator joins us, and I was talking with Coach Tannehill earlier today, and I was talking there. I was like, I guess the last time it was a Neville Ouachita game was on was that you were a part of was in around the late 80s, early 90s with Coach Valerie?
To be honest with you, it was. Right? Yeah.
I mean, I was going back.
That's right. My last one was in I'm really going to tell it right here now, Golly. Ooh, Lord, my last one was 1991. 1991. No, 90.
90,
yeah. 90. It was that fall right there, and it hadn't changed any.
No, it is.
It still is Neville, what it is.
Neville and Ouachita.
Yeah,
we've been
no question
playing Ouachita. We played Ruston, which I believe that was our 96th meeting against Ruston.
Right.
And then Ouachita. We played them every year since 1949 except for last year. We broke the streak last year.
Yeah.
But you talk about that. That's about 70 games against the Lions.
Yep.
Tigers do have a nice little a winning percentage again there, but when you were there, it was a
well,
war every
it was
time.
a war, and it's kind of like our ball game against Ruston. It was the old district, old 2-5A, and let me tell you, every time you better strap it up. It didn't matter what, who and what you were playing. From Bastrop, Bastrop as well, Bastrop, us, West Monroe, Ruston, and obviously Ouachita, and so it's been a tremendous rivalry for over the years, and I see what the overall mark is, and that was to be honest with you, when I was there, that was our benchmark for building our program when Coach took over, and because he'd come from Neville, and I student taught for Coach Brown, and so we had familiarity with him, but there was a way to do it, and he brought that with him to Ouachita, and
had some success.
Yeah, we did. We had a lot of it. Yep, state championship. We had a lot of it over the years, and and again, we had wars with Neville, we had wars with Ruston, we had wars, and it was just the way it was, and good, tough, hard-nosed football. Kind of like our ball game was the other night. Man, just slobber knocker, that's what I call them.
Look, it used to be the old 2-5A was at the end of the season. It's like, oh god, we just played. Oh, here comes West Monroe. Ouachita's good.
Right.
What do you do? And it's kind of changed a little bit. Now we're playing those long-time rivalries in the beginning of the year, and what a way to start your regular season off against
I asked
Ruston.
Jeff who did the scheduling around there.
I know. He keeps blaming Mickey. He's only got one more year that he can maybe tout that.
Yeah, you can't blame him anymore.
But as they came through there, and let's talk about Ruston. It's weird when you come in and you get a team like Ruston that comes in. You know some tendencies and things, and you see something on film, and you made an adjustment, to where really that first half to second half, those adjustments really were key for the Tigers to win that football game.
Well, anytime you go into one of those kind of ball games, you as far as what to expect, we'd only had a limited number of film, but having at least the game from last year, and able to see what they wanted to do offensively. I think our players are to be really commended for what they did. Even though we made the adjustments, they still had to execute.
Yes.
And, for our coaches, Coach Campbell with the back end and Coach Wise with the safeties and Courtney with the D-line, all of us getting together and making sure that, hey, everybody was on the same page. And when we got out there the second half, our players then have to execute the plan. And so you got to give them a tremendous amount of credit for what they were able to do, and we were able to be successful for it. I think we had 3 and outs in a row, which was key. It took them time to get adjusted to it and try to figure out how they wanted to block it. And obviously their blocking schemes changed then, and I guess the really thing for us to emphasize to our players was, we didn't get off the field on third down, and they were able to maintain drives. Now some were third and short, minimal yardage, which are tougher, obviously, but we didn't get off the field on third down, and that's what we've got to be able to do. Especially against those good football teams, and that's what we did in the second half. And compared to the first half, so.
The first couple of drives were 3 and outs that your defense forced, and it allowed the offense to maybe to get a little bit of rhythm. Coach Tannehill was wanting to see those back-to-back plays. You were wanting to see the same type of deal on the defensive side.
That's correct. That's correct. And our D linemen really did a good job in the second half of executing, because we did some things that were a little bit different for them with the calls, and it obviously Anichi made some plays, but the guy that really, really played and did a great job up front that's unnoticed is D'Angelo Woods.
Yeah, and that's what Coach Tannehill mentioned him earlier.
He really played extremely well, and there were a lot of things, and he was the big part of why we were able to stop him in the running game, just because of what we did with him.
And that's where I enjoy talking to the coaches, where, I saw 62 make a lot of tackles.
That's right.
And it's hard from a broadcasting standpoint to really notice the job that 45 did.
That's right. Right.
And that's why we like having these types of deals, so we can know that I can look for it and obviously give credit where credit's due, because there's a lot of unsung heroes, especially on the defensive front.
Always.
I have my youngest son's moved to defensive line, and I was like, look, he's playing defensive tackle. He said, well, I don't get to tackle that many people. I was like, well, you're allowing somebody to make plays.
That's right.
Everybody has that job, and it's trying to teach them that and being able to get that message across, and it seems like you guys are doing a great job doing that.
Well, that's the big emphasis for the week as well, too, because understand what your responsibility is. What is your job? Can you do your job? We talked about this as a football team. Everybody has an individual responsibility to do his job. That's what makes the team go. And so is it an eye game? To a certain degree it is.
Yeah.
But it takes all 11 of them doing their individual job for us to be successful as a defensive unit.
Well, Coach, really wanted to ask you. I've been wanting to ask you this, and I'm up there a decent amount, fortunately or unfortunately, probably for everybody's taste. But I've noticed going from high school, you got into college, and just in a general deal, and then finally getting back into coaching high school players. As far as coaching, is it different? Do you still? I mean, you still bring the same passion that you did for both sides. I've seen that. But
right.
I mean, the way you go about coaching a high school player than
I think the one thing that you have to remember, and I have to tell myself this, and even in college I had to do the same thing. You got to keep it simple, and I think if you keep it simple and you talk to them and you've got to explain it to them. It's not just, hey, it's not an understood thing.
Yeah.
You got to go into great detail on, hey, this is how we want you to do this. This is where we want you to be. Don't worry about the other guy yet. You worry about doing your job, and that probably is the one thing that you've got to really hone in on is, hey, do your job. Don't ask about what he's supposed to do or where he's supposed to be. You're not ready to ask that yet, and but they've done, and that's the one thing we actually have really emphasized the last couple of weeks as well is, hey, do your job.
Yeah.
Do your job, and we've gotten a lot better at it. We really have. And I've been proud of them for doing that because, it's easy to say, hey, you got to do this, you got to do that, but it all boils down to, does that guy understand? It doesn't matter how smart a coach is. Mm-hmm. I could be the smartest guy on the earth, but if that kid doesn't get what you're trying to get taught to him, then it doesn't serve you any purpose. I might as well just say, hey, what is a tackle?
Start.
That's it.
Let's see.
Hey, how do we do it? And all that. So, I think that's the one thing that is extremely important is to make sure you keep it simple.
Yeah. Well, Coach, enjoyed getting to know you better over the last couple of deals. It's been a while.
Yeah, I know exactly.
It was the baseball fields.
That's
when we
exactly right.
Really crossed paths.
That's a few moons ago too.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot. Yeah, you did burst some good baseball players. But either way, I'm glad that you're over here wearing the black and gold and coaching up these guys, and just happy to
just enjoying the heck out of it. Yeah, man, I tell you, I appreciate Jeff for giving me the opportunity and being here, and obviously you guys for having me on the network. But I'm catching heck from the superintendent. Every time I see him, he asks me if I've invented a new defense for playing with only 10. We played with 10 players, two plays the other night, and hell, we stopped them when we only had 10 on the field. I told him, I said, that's why we did it.
And where you don't get it, at least they're not texting you on the sidelines, and maybe they are because they text me in the booth all the time. And it's somebody like I can go down and tell you that there's only 10 guys.
10 guys on the
but either way, look, thanks for stopping by. We're gonna take a break. And when we come back, we'll get Coach Tannehill and we'll talk more about this upcoming Friday night's contest when Ouachita comes to 600 Forsyth Avenue. So stay tuned for that right here on the Neville Tiger Network.
Being a strong team means accomplishing great things by working together. Being a Neville Tiger means striving for excellence in all things. Origin Bank and Neville High School share a long history of making a difference in our community. Together with the Food Bank of Northeast Louisiana, we're able to provide meals to children, families, and seniors facing hunger in Northeast Louisiana. Origin Bank and Neville Tiger football, always a winning combination. Origin Bank, member FDIC.
I'm Dr. Scott Shelby with Family Solutions. When you hear the words Family Solutions, you may not know that we're a comprehensive, strength-based counseling and psychiatric clinic. Family Solutions provides psychiatric care, individual and couples therapy, child and adolescent counseling, psychological testing, medication management. We also provide occupational therapy, physical therapy, speech therapy, and ABA therapy in one convenient location. For more information on how we can help your family today, visit FamilySolutionsCounseling.org.
You told me one click.
You told me one call.
You told me you'll get it done,
I called.
but never got you.
Instead, I was handed off to someone else.
In fact, I never even met you.
Are you even for real?
Don't be misled. If you've been injured, you deserve to meet with the actual attorney you saw on TV.
At Parker Alexander, you'll meet with me.
Or me.
We'll fight to get the money you deserve.
Remember, there's never a fee unless we get money for you. And that's for real.
Hey Neville Tiger Nation, this season if you find yourself feeling a little under the weather, visit Go Family Health on North 18th Street. They cover flu shots, sports physicals, sick visits, annual visits, or if nothing is wrong, they can do your regular checkup. Go Family Health has a happy staff, clean office, and they can take care of all your family's health care needs.
This is Tiffany Terra with Go Family Health. We love our Neville Tigers, and we want to thank all of Neville Nation for always supporting Go Family Health.
Come by Melvyn's Restaurant before and after the game for the best burgers and ribeyes in town. Melvyn's Restaurant are proud supporters of the Neville Tigers and are home to Tiger Talk with Jeff Tannehill every Wednesday night. Come by Melvyn's Restaurant, located on 1128 Oliver Road in Monroe, or call them at 318-325-2055. That's Melvyn's Restaurant in Monroe.
All right, everybody, welcome back into Tiger Talk, the final segment as we welcome Neville head football coach Jeff Tannehill back into the conversation. And Coach, as you can tell from the crowd here, and if you can probably hear it in the background, a lot of people have come out tonight, but as well as looking forward to this Friday night. We were talking about it during the break. 70 straight years until 2020. The Tigers and the Lions.
COVID got
it. I mean, if it hadn't got a few other games as well, and it's still doing its business on a lot of teams across the state here. We just can't seem to shake that. Hopefully, everybody out there is safe.
It's better. It's not where it needs to be.
Exactly. So, but we start a new streak here.
51-17-2. Neville leads. Over Ouachita.
It's not a bad record.
No, I kind of like it. I'd like to make it 52 after this Friday.
Yeah, we'd like to do that too. A new staff over there at Ouachita. Matt Garvin. Todd Garvin. Matthew Garvin. I don't know why I wanted to say Matt, but Todd Garvin. It was coming out of my mouth. Matt Collins.
Yeah.
And Todd Garvin.
Yeah.
These are guys that played baseball for me back in the day, and I get them mixed up.
Coaching days in World Series.
Over. But either way, Todd Garvin takes over at Ouachita, trying to really kind of reinstill the old Ouachita pride back in.
Right. He played. Post Valdez, Coach Valdez, and they still had the same system going there for a while, and he was a really good athlete over there, played quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think he played first base and baseball or something like that. But he's a good ball player in both football and baseball, and he's done a great job. He's got the support back over there. His dad's always been a big Ouachita guy, Randall. His dad is just a super guy, Randall, and he helps all the high schools out, feeds them and that kind of thing. But he he's getting the support back. He's hired a great staff, and they're doing a great job. You can see the improvement that they've made, through the last couple of years compared to this year, and it's just, he's going to do a good job.
Talk about what they've done so far. They put up 28 points against Bastrop in a couple of quarters in the Jamboree, and then go over to Airline and kind of ruin their opener 20-3. And ran the football. I think they threw the football one time.
They look a lot like Ruston.
Really?
Running football. It's hard to compare size of O-lines and D-lines, but, they've got a couple good defensive linemen. And one of those is number 44. His name is Phil Bradford. He's a good football player. He comes off the football. And then their defensive end, number 62, Mason Ross, is a good player. And their linebacker, I think he's number 10. Glass is his last name.
Yeah.
But, those are good football players. And then their secondary, number 3, is Jalen Kincaid. He's a good cover guy. So, they're very well coached defensively. They're running to the football, and they're squeezing it down, fighting to reach, all those terminology things that we talk about. But, I like our chances. Our offensive line's ready to go. Another week with Derek Harris at right guard. Just going to be improving each week as we go. Logan Smith hopefully will be back soon, and slide Derek back on the defensive line some more for a little while. So looking forward to it.
As you try to get through there, as I guess maybe the one thing you're looking for, your offense from week 1 to week 2. Any improvements there, or anything that you're, trying to add into? I mean,
excuse me.
Is it from, I guess, any standpoint that you look at as that progression goes?
The one thing we have to grow as an offensive staff. As an offensive group. Our wide receivers, a lot of those guys are new. They didn't play last year. We have our running back. We have one returning, running back that came back from last year that had some playing time.
Yeah.
Brett's back at quarterback. And most of our offensive line is back at quarterback. So that's the experience. And then, we've got to get our tailbacks and our wide receivers on the same page, and I think we've done that this week at practice. We've done a lot of things to get better, simplified some things, and hopefully we'll play better and play faster come Friday night.
And you look at defensively, you've got a lot of practice trying to stop the run, at least on the first two.
I think we've had our adjustments made.
And the Ruston game, you had two teams that, after the first one, I think Western Road threw it twice against you, maybe 3 times. Ruston threw it a couple of times, but it was mainly just swings and
short passes.
Short passes.
And it'll be the same thing. Ouachita's quarterback's a sophomore. He's a good athlete.
They lost a 3-year starter last year.
And so, they're new at quarterback, so they're running basically the same offense. Todd was over at Ruston and was at West Monroe before that. So, he's got a little bit of veer and a little bit of power game that they run, and they like to pound the rock. They like to run it. So the good thing is we faced both of those in the first 2 weeks already, so we've got a little practice and we got adjustments that we need to make if we're not slowing them down. So hopefully we'll do that. They've got a good tailback. Number 1 is Marcel Henderson. He's a big physical running back. And then, offensive line-wise, Noah Miller and Zahir Muhammad are both good players on their offensive line. So.
Big guys up front. They normally have some big bodies.
Luckily, their tight end is not 240, and their fullback is not 240 either. So, they're a little smaller than Ruston. But they are good players. They do a good job. They're just not as big as
Ruston's was right there. And we talked a little bit about them just running downhill. Airline wasn't able to stop them. Bastrop wasn't able to stop them. Hopefully the Tigers will be Friday night.
I hope so. And we'll be ready.
Yeah.
Well prepared.
Definitely. Hopefully another good crowd at Bill Ruppel Stadium this Friday night as the Tigers will face the Lions for the 71st time, I believe, in these two teams' history. We want to see a big crowd over there. It was great seeing all the people on last Friday night.
That was the other thing I want to talk about, how proud of our student section the other night. And, of course, Ruston has a huge student section following. And then I think our guys matched it pretty well the other night.
They did. Our guys did not bring the color bomb that Ruston popped off maybe a little too early to go with the color bomb. But, hey, it's week one. Everybody's learning in week one. So as we move on, Friday night, if you don't have a ticket yet, you find one. We'll have a few left maybe
You'll
at
see
the
Joey
game.
Carlson. And let's
That's right.
shout out to Coach Mr. Jim Gregory. He's in the hospital right now. He's our ticket man, long-time ticket man, and he's doing better, but, he's still down a little bit in the hospital, so hopefully he'll get out soon.
Definitely want to see him back up and roaming around the campus very, very soon. So, folks, come out. If you can't make it to the game, you can watch it on the Neville Tiger Network. We are on the NevilleTigerNetwork.com and also our Amazon Fire Stick and Roku apps. That's the way you can find the game live. It's not on YouTube or Facebook anymore on Friday nights, but all the other stuff like this you'll see, as well as the pep rallies on Friday nights. We're doing a lot of great things here at the Neville Tiger Network, and we want you to be aware of how things are going. But Friday nights, we're going to be on our website, NevilleTigerNetwork.com, as well as our Amazon Fire Stick, Roku apps. We're working on the Apple TV Plus app as well. So, Coach,
we're moving up in the world.
We are. These are all things that you definitely come in.
I have no idea what we're talking about.
Okay, I was going to give you an out, but there we go. But look, thanks once again for your time here on Wednesday nights here live from Melvyn. So thanks to Melvyn himself. I see him sitting there across the bar peering in on things as well. I'm looking forward to eating a hamburger steak right when we go off the air. So thanks to everybody for watching. Tiger Talk, we've been live here from Melvin's Coach Jeff Tannehill, for Coach Mike Collins and A.J. Allen, who joined us. I'm Stewart Shelby. We'll see you Friday night right here on the Neville Tiger Network.